Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to teach you how to achieve this Bantu knot. So sit back, relax and enjoy. I'm going to use one pack of this crochet yarn to do everything. It has 12 bundles in the pack, okay? And with each piece, I'm going to section it by, first of all, measuring my length, and I stretch it from my shoulder to my hand. So I use like 1 yard to measure my length. The length can be as long as you want, depending on how big or small you want the bantu knots to look like, okay? And then I'm stretching it and I'm flipping it side by side to make sure that the length is the same for each strand that I will be using. And that is what I am doing. So you can see that I'm using my thumb and then the rest of my fingers to hold the yarn, and then I flip it to the other hand, and then I continue to move it in that direction. So that is how I am going to section each of the piece of bundle that I have, and I'm going to cut it to create a double side, so it will be like a two-fold, like that, okay? And then to start with, you can see that I already have some gel in my hair. I was actually trying to do it straight pattern at the center, but I changed my mind, so I decided to go do it in a triangular way, like for my front at least. So I started by parting my hair triangularly at the front, and I'm holding that with a rubber band, and then I'm going in that direction that go now to also create another triangle by the side, and then at my left side too I am going diagonal way to create that triangular effect at that side as well. And then I'm using a gel to clean up the parts like I always do. So I'm using Jocelyn hair Jocelyn gel here. I'll show it. So that's what you are seeing. So at the side of my ear, I am just parting it to make sure that my front is as equal as I can have it, and I'm using the gel to mold it together like that. And I'm using rubber band to secure. I'm opening and holding it and stretching it to make sure that it is a little tight. So make sure that it's not too tight such that your scalp will hurt. Okay, can I just say health? So make sure that you're not tightening it too much that your scalp will hurt, because when you attach the wool yarn onto your head, you are going to twist it. Okay, so if it is too tight, your scalp is going to scream for your name. Okay, so make sure your scalp is not tight from the rubber band attachment. Okay, so when I was done with my front, I went all the way back to my at the back of my hair, and I'm parting it straight away. I wasn't really getting how to do it triangularly at my back, so I went straight ahead to do it like in break form. Okay, and I know I should have parted it a little bigger with this side, but it still worked anyway. So maybe you can increase the size of that small part at the back. And I'm having I had 9 strands in total, so you can see that that part is quite big, but it's okay, it's workable. So the first grab that I did was to start doing a regular braid and exhaust all my hair before I start doing the twisting. Okay, so you attach the wool or the yarn to your hair, and then you do a regular braid, and then you twist it this way. There are 2 methods of doing the twist. I'll show the second one very soon, but this is the very first one. You twist all the way down, and then you hold it to your root and make sure that you are twisting it to form like one single twist at the same place, but then every twist is make sure that it's attached to each other so that it is not like sparse. So you can see my hand movements, that I'm using my hands to mold the twist as I go, because I don't want it to be too big and I also don't want it to be too small. Okay, so I'm just twisting it to my desired look, and also making sure that it is not tightening my roots and hurting my scalp. Okay, so that is very, very important. And with the rest of the yarn, I'm twisting it and hiding it under. So with this one, you don't actually need a bobby pin or whatever, because no matter how small the bobby pin is, it might show underneath. So when you twist it well, you don't have to use a bobby pin at all. When I achieved the first one, I was feeling myself. So with the second one, same thing. You attach the wool yarn onto your head and braid a regular braid, and then twist the entire of the yarn all the way down, and then you start twisting it onto the parts that you have done using your fingers and molding it to your desired look as much as possible. Also keeping in mind that it is not stretching your roots and not tightening your scalp. Okay, so basically that is how it is like. And you can also, because the wool has a lot of threads, like it's a thread like thing, you can use the thread to cover any exposed hair, because you know my hair is black, so I had to make sure that I was hiding the black my natural hair as much as possible, so that it doesn't become like too obvious and ugly. You get it? So with a bag, this is the second method that I'm going to show you. When you finish doing the regular braid, then you twist the hair, okay, like in that way. So these are the two types. You either twist it like as one single strand, or you divide it into two and you twist it like that. And I realized that when with this method, with this twist, it makes the bantu knot very, very cute. Like it makes it very cute, and I think it is more nicer. Okay, so you see how it is looking like. All the others are bigger, but this one is smaller. Okay, and I just wanted to do it that way because I didn't want the extension to touch my neck. If it was going to be big, it was going to touch my neck, and it was going to be a little hard for me to sleep on my back. So I didn't want it that way, so that's why I did that. I did it small at the back there. But however you choose to do it, however you want it to appear, go ahead and do it that way. Now you know the two methods, so you should be good to go. So basically, when you finish twisting it, you just wrap it around like you do for the first part, and then you are good to go. Now this is the last braid, and you see the front, the first bantu knot that I did at my front there, it is actually removing. I should have started from like somewhere. I should have started from my back or somewhere, but it was removing. But I didn't mind it. When I was done, I was able to go fix it. So maybe when you are starting, start from the back or somewhere, so that you don't have to come back and fix it. Now it was going to be a little boring for me, so I had to add a little bit of twist to my front, and I fetched an amount of wool, a yarn, and then I passed it under this bantu knot and I twisted. Again, you remember, or you know that I didn't pass it under it twice. I just passed it under it once, and then I twisted it down and tied a knot to secure the twist. But because I'm going to cut it, so I did the same thing for the other side. I passed it under the knot so that it's not obvious as something is really under it. I was able to do all this because I have not tightened the bantu knots. Just keep that in mind. And with the tying, you just wrap the two strands of yarn around your fingers, and then you make a knot and tie. Then you cut it and use an accessory to secure it in place. And this is how it is looking like. See how I am flexing and I'm so happy. So I went to do my makeup, and this is how it is. This is the entire of my hair. The front is looking bougie, okay? The back is not too bougie, but it is workable. It is nice. I look good, so that's what is important. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. Do like my video, please. And I hope I see you in my next video the next time. I appreciate your support, and thank you for being here. Have a nice day. Bye.